Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play The Outer Worlds. I'm Heliax, and today...
My vacuum tubes require evacuating. No, not those. The ones in port. Yes, there. Thank you. And while you're at it, could you switch my binaries to... that. Exactly. I haven't felt this clean and efficient since Captain Hawthorne installed my subalternate auxiliary backup processor.
Sorry, today, before Ada interrupted us, we are going to begin our search for Phineas on Tartarus. So, it's feeling like we're getting to the end of the game here. Not a whole lot left to really to do. We got a couple of quests we could do. My woolly cows have disappeared. You're fired. You're fired. Damn it. You had one job. We have a couple of quests we could do, but I don't really feel like doing them. The space or the science weapon one, I'm pretty sure I have to steal something from Gladys. And I'm not really willing to do that. And the other one, we had to get some outfits for Byzantium. I don't really feel like doing that either. I feel like we should not be allowed on Byzantium after what we did, even though I know technically we are allowed to go back there. Hopefully we're not missing out on anything too important by doing that, but I think we'll be okay. So what we're gonna do... What do we want to upgrade? Do we want to just... Oh, that's max leveled. So is that. So let's go ahead and try and upgrade this. Get this upgraded. Our special science weapon here. Insufficient bits. Okay. This is as far as we could get it. We could go ahead and repair everything. Let's go ahead and do that. And let's break down all the stuff we don't want to keep. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to go store all that. This isn't the outfit we want to be wearing, is it? No, it's not. Let's go ahead and put our fancy outfit on. There we go. That'll do. What does this give me? Sneak attack damage. I don't care about sneak attack. What is this? Perception. No. Movement speed. And tactical time dilation. Nah, that looks dumb. That one doesn't look bad, but no. We're gonna go... We're gonna keep this on. This gave us bonus to headshot weapon damage, weak spot damage. Keep that on. Got our guns. Let's go and put them away. Transfer. Have that. All these go in here. Wait, no, that's the bin. Damn it. You get all these. Replacing this discrepancy amplifier. Uh-oh. Oh, it's fine. I didn't misplace it. I know exactly where it's at. Not that we need it anymore, unfortunately. It would be cool if we could use it in the main game. Okay. I don't think... Did, the science weapon didn't have any mod slots we could put in it, right? I'm pretty sure it didn't. Yeah, no, it doesn't. And all these are modified, right? And all my armor's modified that I'm wearing? Yep. Okay. Let's put all the mods away, too. I'm preparing. Oops. Damn it. Did it again. Get in there. Nope, nope, not the ammo. Just that. Okay, and then all of these. We have a lot of mods that we've collected over the years. The years of traveling Halcyon. Wonder how long it's supposed to take place. Like the length of this game in real time. Or in-game real time? In-game real time. I don't know. Probably a couple months, I'd say. Maybe a couple more with the DLCs. Alright. Tartarus. You're about to assault the labyrinth on Tartarus and determine the fate of the Halcyon colony. Saves made after this point can only finish the main story on Tartarus. Side quests and downloadable content, such as Peril on Gorgon or Murder of Eridanos, will be unavailable for any saves made beyond this point. If there's anything you want to do before you enter the prison, do it now, before you cross the point of no return. Would you like to continue? I would. Would you like to save? Yes. There we go.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
Alright, here we go. Know anything useful about Tartarus?
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain.
Thank you.
I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return.
You promise not to leave without me?
I can make the assurance that I will not leave with another captain unless you do not return within 876,541,652 hours.
That's a long time.
Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
How long will that take? Well, of all the places to get arrested. What the hell is with you people and landing violations?
I'm sorry, you people? Did you just cast a generalization on upstanding UDL employees? That's a fine of 200 bits.
Okay.
You're up to 5,708, not including the cost of your execution and the disposal of your remains, which will be assessed posthumously.
You hullhead, don't you know who I am? I'm the Butcher of Byzantium. Transmit your biometric ID so I know who to fire.
Huh? Oh, yes, sir. Right away, sir. I just couldn't see you clearly before. Screen's on the fritz. Damn thing. But for the record, now that I hear you, I totally recognize you. Totally. You're, you, of course. Obviously.
Obvi.
Anyway, Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. Transferring data to external cartridge. How can I be of assistance?
I'll talk to you later, Ada. Keep the ship running. Okay. Yeah, we actually are in the outfit that would make lying about us being some big shot executive work. That's nice. Okay, so who are we going to take with us? So I guess we're picking our favorites here, right? Oh, this is tough. It's between these three. Nyoka, Parvati, and Felix. Parvati has to come with us. She's been with us from the start. And I'm going to take Felix. And I'm not going to lie. The deciding factor is that Felix has lockpicking. It's unfortunate, but that's the truth. It's a cool, it's a cool picture. Alright, make sure we have the right gun equipped. There we go. Okay, very familiar looking, dock here. I feel like I have to sneeze. Alright.
The captain did right by us once. Now it's our turn. The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I read. Push on, Marta.
Jun Lee? That's crazy. What's happening? Why are they attacking? Oh, did they feel like we got captured or something?
Got a promotion coming. I can feel it. How long we last on the surface?
This might be the loneliest place in the whole system.
Damn, look at that. Holy shit. Well, thank you, Jun Lee. I hope you stay safe. And I kind of hope we succeed now, because otherwise the Groundbreaker is probably going to be destroyed. Which is not good. Pravati, it's going to be okay. Don't worry. Come on, guys.
Let's look around. There's gotta be a few ways through here.
I feel like we didn't need her to do that, though. I mean, our shroud was holding up. Guess we can go that way. Where are we trying to go? What are we trying to do? We're just trying to find Phineas, right? Pit access. No, don't mind me. Moving on through. Having a good day at work. How you doing, John? Doing all right? Good. Sasha, everything going all right? Yeah, you know, I'm just going to lunch. Lunch is up this ladder here, in case you didn't know. And through this door back here, and I'll just be on my way. Thank you very much. Ah, the last vending machines. Got them all. And even a workbench here. Okay. Do you guys have anything really powerful in here? You don't. We're not wearing the Rizzo armor. We spent the whole DLC wearing it. Want something new if we're gonna get anything. Space's Choice armor. Doesn't look like they actually have anything better than what we're wearing. I mean, what we're wearing actually isn't good armor-wise, but yeah. Okay. Do need all the ammo we can get, though. Transition to the pit. Hope we're not missing anything. We're kind of rushing through that part, but I felt like it was kind of expected of our character to do that. I mean, he's not good at stealthing. He has to be fast, getting through this stuff before the shroud lets him down. Hey, Bob. It's over there. Pit exit. Man, it's chilly in here today, isn't it, guys? Got, you know, anybody got an extra scarf for me? My neck's getting cold. The wind's kind of insane, too. I'm just gonna head up here. Don't mind me. My shroud's about to run out. I don't think we're gonna make it through here without... I don't think we're gonna make it all the way over there.
Let's go, troops. Stellar base counting on us.
Stellar Bay?
Got it. Heads down.
Let's try and stealth. Is there somebody above us? Let's keep moving, guys. You probably should not go in against me. August Van Noy. Hey! What's up, buddy?
What was that?
So we have the Monarch people here. Where's this going? Oh, is this just like a little shortcut I could have used? A stealth cut? Yeah, probably. Okay, our shroud's back. Even after all these hours of playing this game, I still don't really know how this works.
Something's not right.
Here we go. Board reputation decreased. Yeah. I didn't know it could get any lower than it already was, if I'm being honest. You know, sometimes people need to die. Okay. Board status sealed. Unsealed door. Unsealed. That was easy. Didn't even need a passcode or anything. Chairman Rockwell.
Well, look who it is.
Hey, buddy.
I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. And I see you've brought the kid along. Babysitters may be expensive, but they're worth it, you know.
Yeah, keep talking, pal.
Wait, what?
Just keep thinking of a place to bury your body.
I had heard you'd taken a mechanic under your wing. What's the matter, girl? Couldn't find actual employment?
The captain's treated me right. Better than any of you bored folk ever have. I'm exactly where I want to be.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
Chairman Rockwell, I presume.
My word! You've correctly identified the most recognizable man in the colony. Remarkable.
This guy's not very smart, is he?
What Phineas saw in you. Then again, he's an insane person. Thankfully, he's our insane person now. A proper company man.
Bullshit. Please. Phineas would rather die than cooperate.
Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around. But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working-class man. It's a miracle.
That crackpot is saving the frozen colonists you gave up on.
Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed. That'll solve our starvation problems. I don't know what half-baked plans that simpleton in a lab coat has been leading you through, but it's done. It's over. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
Nope.
Are you kidding me? We're out here trying to clean up your mess.
I'm making actual progress towards stabilization and recovery. You're just getting in the way.
No. I wouldn't have to if you'd be more cooperative about all this. You know, the thought honestly hadn't crossed my mind. I'm just trying to help. You prefer to keep riding the downward spiral? I can fix this place.
If I and my people can ride it out in luxury and happiness, yes, I would. I don't know if you've noticed, Captain, but Halcyon's pretty much a lost cause.
Because of you. I'm going to get your administration's cooperation, one way or another.
You are a captain of action. I'll give you that. Look, I'm not an unreasonable man. If you manage to storm the castle, as it were, and make it out of here with Phineas alive, I can't exactly afford more havoc than you've already caused. Fine. If you survive, you'll need someone to sell the rest of the board on your plan.
Are you out of your mind? Rockwell's the biggest monster in Halcyon. You got any idea how many lives he's destroyed? How many people he's hurt? I've had enough. You even think about cooperating with this animal? And you and I are finished.
Calm down, Felix. Your loyalty is worth more than Rockwell's subservience. I wasn't going to accept it anyway.
You're damn right it is.
If you're gonna place more faith on this brat than the chairman of the fucking colony, then there's no hope for you. Go get yourself killed.
The board are now scared. Hell yeah, they should be scared. Hey, what's up? It's me, Bruce. I'm the new chairman. Yeah, I mean, Bruce isn't playing around. These guys are a bunch of psychopath criminals that are killing everybody. And I know you might be thinking, well, Bruce, you're killing them as punishment for them killing a bunch of people. And yeah, I certainly am. That's the way the world works out here in the frontier. An assortment of adhesive notes. It appears whoever works here uses adhesive notes to stay organized. A couple of the more intelligible notes. Rockwell visit to do. Confiscate badges, done. Reprint badges, pending. Change maintenance locks, pending new locks. Order new locks, done. Reevaluate lockdown procedure. Update docking authority with new lockdown procedure. Intake bet over under weekly. Bottles 5, SIGs 21, weapons 4. Messages. Cameras. Jim, I'm trying to get straight with Akande's orders. Only a few things more from my end, but I don't know what we'll do about the cameras. She says security footage ain't enough. They want proper reels. I don't know what I'm reading. What's going on? W. Reply cameras. She's bringing in a VIP for internment. Security's ramping up too. Sorry for the inconvenience. It's a fine mess down here. Said something about recording an announcement. They're all overly excited. It's hush, but I guess the VIP's been on the run for a while. I bet the engineers have a few cameras. I'll see if I can track some down. Jim. Appreciate it. You know her. We miss a check on this list, it's our heads. You have no idea how tough it was getting a fucking green tarp. W. Okay, so Akande's probably here too, right? I mean, we pretty much figured she was. But... yep, Rockwell is dead. Okay. Let's continue up. This looks like it's the final level here. And the Shroud has made this really easy. Not that it wouldn't have been easy otherwise. Okay, so we need to get to the other side before the Shroud runs out.
Alright, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So, get in there.
Sanjar? Ow. I can't believe MSI.
Feeling jittery, are you? Because I'm not.
Nah, I feel fine.
Whatever comes of this. Just real.
It's gonna be fine, Parvati.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life.
There's Phineas on the right there.
Words cannot express the extent of my disappointment. We had a plan.
Oh, it's behind her too.
All you had
or
to
he
do
is.
was skip the Hope to Tartarus, as I asked.
Sorry about that.
You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
Hey, relax. Uncertainty is not so bad. You sure love talking. Do they pay you by the word?
Typical. Running your mouth in the middle of a crisis.
You're one to talk.
It's almost as if you delight in chaos. I should have dealt with you a long time ago. You were always too dangerous to leave unchecked.
I sure was. You should have. Can you hurry it along? I've got a colony to save. You're all bluster and empty threats.
I'm not surprised by your arrogance. You've been prancing about the colony for entirely too long, with no one to put you in your place.
Mm-hmm.
Leaving you alive was my greatest mistake, but it is a mistake I intend to correct. I have Dr. Wells in my custody. Once I've secured his cooperation, I can move forward with the program. I can repair the damage you've done. I can set things right.
No, you can't. Don't test me, Sophia. It's bad for your health.
I'm aware of your propensity for violence. Halcyon is a bloodier place because of you.
Oh, please.
I take no pleasure in this, you know. I simply have no other option. Leaving you alive is too great a risk. Goodbye, Captain.
Later. Be seeing you soon. I'm rescuing Phineas, and I'm going through you if I have to.
I had a feeling you'd say that. This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on sight and rinse your remains down a drain. And don't worry. I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically, or something.
Thank you. I'll tell him myself when I see you. Okay. That guy? Really? That's your big weapon? That little guy? Please. I'm gonna tear right through him. Huh. Remember, we can just go around him, it looks like.
Great work.
Or we're just gonna reprogram him. Oh, hacking skill. No. I bet that's what that does, though. You just reprogram him.
That's one down.
Oh, is that your big scary weapon? Sorry to disappoint you. But you really need to throw something better than that at me. I love the music here. It's amazing.
Why won't you just jump?
How dare she take a shot at me?
Get me out of here!
Hey everybody, this is Bruce here. I now control Halcyon. I am your overlord. Give me 1 second and just save my friend.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved, and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
Oh, it was kind of easy, really. Are you kidding? The board never stood a chance against me. You alright? What did they do to you? You know I wouldn't let anything happen to you, Phineas. You have any idea how much trouble I went through to save you? The board never stood a chance against me.
Ah, all in a day's work for you,
Yeah,
huh?
basically.
You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
What do you mean? I thought we just won. We killed... Chairman's dead, Akante's dead, board's gonna be destroyed, basically. We have most of the entire, colony on our side. I think we're good. I was just about to pop open some drinks and celebrate.
I would like nothing more than to celebrate this victory, but we have a serious problem on our hands. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
Hold on, Doc. Are you telling me the Earth went dark 3 years ago? And the board's just been covering this up?
They've been incredibly effective at concealing the truth. Right now, the only people in the colony who know are standing in this room.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
Well, that thunder was perfectly timed. Finally, it's been confirmed. I've guessed it this whole time that something bad happened to Earth, and we're alone. We have to work We have a lot of work ahead of us. We'd best get started.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds. And then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
Dictator Bruce. Someone has to run this colony. I'm the only competent person left. You can count on me. I'll help you revive the other colonists. I'm going to do whatever I've always done. Whatever I want. All the time. Somebody has to run this colony, and I'm the only one competent left.
You won't hear a word of disagreement from me. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon.
No.
If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
It is. Okay.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand
Oh, that's the
plan.
end.
But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks.
Good.
Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever.
Oh boy.
Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together.
See ya, Lilia.
After returning to Edgewater, the deserters negotiated workplace reforms with Reed Thompson, including a single day of rest, which came to be known as a weekend.
What? That's crazy.
As the world around him changed, Thompson found himself pining for the old days. He was known to spend his weekends in the cantina, nursing one of the few remaining bottles of Zero G, and repeating to himself, "It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice."
That's actually really sad.
As for Adelaide McDevitt, she tended to her garden in solitude for another year before passing away. Her body was discovered some months later, when Reed Thompson paid her a visit in an effort to make amends. Her remains were buried in a place of honor, underneath the floor of the Edgewater Cannery. Reed believed this was what she always wanted. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities.
Riots in the street.
State of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed.
Dark times.
Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your action.
It better have.
The destroyed Adrenatime synthesizer became a symbol of the board's cruelty and a rallying point for Wells and his scientists as they sought to build a more humane, ethical Halcyon. They cleared the dead from Gorgon's laboratories and repurposed them to aid in the crucial work of solving the colony's nutrition crisis. Gorgon, which had once sown death and destruction across Halcyon, became a source of hope and renewal.
Good.
The Gorgon Project's final explosive end was bittersweet for Olivia Ambrose. She wandered the colony's fringes alone, searching for others like her who despised the board and meant to destroy them. In time, she found Phineas Wells and his cadre of scientists, and she joined them in their efforts to save Halcyon. For a while, she even knew an uneasy peace.
Good.
But for all that, Olivia found purpose in Wells' project. She was always haunted by the memory of her daughter, Minnie, who hadn't lived to see the better world they were building. She never did forgive herself for the horror her work had wrought on Halcyon. But she remembered fondly the daring captain who'd put an end to it at last. In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. The Rizzo's company in Halcyon dissolved after the collapse of the board. Needless to say, the launch of Spectrum Brown was indefinitely delayed.
Good.
A stockpile of Spectrum Brown remains buried deep beneath the ruins of the old distillery, abandoned to time and attrition. With the dissolution of the board, Ruth Bellamy found herself without the two constants in her life, Byzantine culture and her sister Belinda. In the face of this new reality, she struggled to find a direction for her life. The colony had moved on from Halcyon Helen and would require new heroes in the years to come. And so Ruth Bellamy decided it was time to exit stage left. She quietly disappeared from public view. The dissolution of the board did not mean the dissolution of the ambitions of Cedric Kincannon, the charismatic leader of Sublight Underground. Cedric offered Slug's transportation services to the newly thawed colonists and set to work ferrying resources and food wherever they were most needed. For better or worse, slug headgear became fashionable in the following years. As the board began to disintegrate, Spencer Woolrich found himself at a crossroads. Cling to what little stardom remained to him, or help usher Halcyon into its new future. To the surprise of many, perhaps himself most of all, Spencer chose the latter option.
Good for you, Spencer.
Having learned a variety of different skills in the many different roles played throughout his lengthy career, Spencer founded a radio serial dedicated to staying alive despite the odds. His subjects included how to survive violent encounters with only grazing wounds, dispense pithy one-liners for tense scenarios, and, of course, how to look good doing both.
Of course.
After a brief attempt at dating Helen as one person rather than two, which both Bertie and Helen found too strange, Bertie struck out on his own to try his hand at raising woolly cows.
Aww.
Many of his former Rangers teammates soon followed, accompanied by the woolly cow the team had originally plied with alcohol. The dairy farm thrived under Bertie's leadership and care. The Dairy Rangers privately believed that the woolly cows softened Bertie's temper considerably, although the only one brave enough to say this to his face was promptly headbutted. Due to the board's dissolution,
man, they really go into detail in this.
Old customers no longer found quite the same value in productivity seminars that they once had. With her business drying up, the Prophet chose to take her followers down a new path. Months later, salvagers on Eridanos found clues leading them to a seemingly abandoned bunker out in the wilderness.
Oh, God.
Inside, they discovered horribly mangled corpses, sacrificed to a blood-scrawled portrait of a sprat-headed deity. The Prophet was not among the bodies. Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable,
that's a cool scene.
Known as Max eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace.
Good.
Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker. And Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name. And in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis.
Good. Good for you, Clark.
As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self. by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals.
Massacre of Byzantium.
In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor.
Damn.
He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? You brought an end to the chaos on Tartarus and proved yourself the most capable leader left in the colony.
Fuck yeah.
You administered the colony in your own image. With the old power of the board destroyed, a new government of Halcyon rose with you at its center. With your steady hand, you guided Halcyon through the turbulent years that were to follow, and helped ensure the survival of the colony until the end of your days. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Okay. That is the end of The Outer Worlds. Man, what a game. That ending was very good. I love that they spent so much time on where every single character went and did afterwards. That was great. Okay. Man. So I guess I'll give my final thoughts on the game here as the credits roll. And I feel like this last episode really sort of showed off everything good and everything not so good about the game. So the story, we'll start with the good. The story was amazing. I loved the story. The ending just elevated the story so much, in my opinion. Having that sort of epilogue thing. I love it when games do that, give you nice, good, long closure. Every game, every RPG, in my opinion, deserves to have that for their game. Fantastic. I love the idea that we've taken down the board and we are now leading Halcyon further into a new direction. You know, Earth is gone, we're free, we're creating our own little nation here with different planets, and all the people we've helped along the way are coming together to help me build a new colony. Fantastic, I love it. Hopefully the music's not too loud here. It's very loud in my headphones, but I'll fix it in editing. It's no big deal. The characters were great. I kind of wish there was a little bit more about them in the final mission. We got the one little thing with Rockwell, where he, addressed each of my companions, but I kind of wish there was a little bit more. It was really cool how the people we helped came in during that fight and helped us out. And that's where, the bad kind of comes in. I really just kind of walked through the final level, and I know I could have taken my time and cleared out everything, but to be honest, with the gun I was using, me clearing out everything would have felt like me just walking through it anyway, with how powerful my gun was. The final bosses went down, and like the final big boss, like that ram, that big auto mechanical, it went down you know, it took me a little bit longer to kill it than the other ones, than like the normal people. And but I still killed it fast enough that it didn't even have time to attack me. So yeah, combat was pretty trivialized in the game, and I know I could have played on a harder difficulty, but I don't imagine it would have made the combat feel better. It just maybe would have made it take longer, which I don't necessarily agree with being better. So hopefully in Outer Worlds 2 they work on the combat, because the guns felt really good. But yeah, combat was definitely a low point in the game. And I feel like another low point was the level cap. I have no idea why the level cap was 36. I have no idea why it was so low. I don't know why there was a level cap at all. You know, once I hit level cap in Eridanos, I stopped progressing as a character, and I felt less of a need to explore, less of a need to do, you know, menial quests like the 2 quests we didn't do. I didn't feel like I needed to be as thorough. I still tried to be as thorough as possible for the lore and the story of the game. But hopefully I didn't miss anything in the final mission for that. I did rush through it. That's my one concern, is that I missed terminals and things that would sort of give a bigger backdrop to everything. But I didn't see any, but I very well could have missed some. But yeah, it's really my only... Those are my 2 big complaints for the game, is the combat and then the character progression. You know, if I put the time into it, just let me level up more things. Like, you can cut off perks, like if that's the thing you don't want somebody to get all the perks or something, fine. But, you know, let me continue increasing my skills, right? Let me get my lockpicking up so I can do that and not have to worry about taking Felix and Parvati everywhere so I can lockpick things. So yeah, I think that probably was my bigger... I think the progression I felt was a bigger flaw than the combat, in my personal opinion. But the game was still amazing. Like, the stories that were told, the 2 DLCs were great. The characters are amazing, dialogue fantastic. The style of the world and the weapon and the armor, the design of the ship. Look at that ship in the background. The Unreliable there. It looks amazing. So yeah, the art direction of the game was fantastic. And I'm really, really excited and looking forward to when the Outer Worlds 2 comes out, which, you know, it's coming, right? They're making it. I don't know when it will come out. I think probably 2024, because Avowed is likely going to come out first. I have heard that Obsidian's going to try and do a game every year for the next 7 years, so, you know, it shouldn't be long, relatively speaking, before we get Outer Worlds 2. And I'm excited. The possibilities for what that could be are many. I feel like, you know, is it going to take place in Halcyon? Are we going to see what Halcyon has become? Are we going to go take a look at another set of colonies? Are we going to return to Earth and see what's going on there? There's a lot of mystery out in the greater universe here, greater galaxy, and I'm excited to see where we go with that. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about the game that I can think of. I'll probably talk about it more throughout other series or something, I don't know. But yeah, really good. The music is fantastic too. Let's not forget about that. The music was amazing. Guess we'll talk about what the next game on the channel is going to be. It's going to be... The next game we'll play after this, because this series is now over, so the next series we'll be starting is Wasteland 3. Which is another RPG, but it's more of a tactical shooter kind of RPG. I've heard a lot of great things about it. I tried it once before, but I felt like it needed Iron Man mode. Like, I played it for a couple hours and I was like, man, I really wish this game had or permadeath mode, not Iron Man, permadeath. And they have since added that to the game, so I'm ready to give it, you know, a full playthrough. But that's what we'll be doing next. It's going to be really fun, I think. Paralon Gorgon. Gorgon was really cool. But yeah, Wasteland 3 will be the next game we play. I don't know when that will come out. Probably a few days after this releases, because I got to get it installed, set up, and do some tests on it, and I want to make sure I'm a couple videos ahead and all that stuff. So I got to find the time to do all that. Of course, there'll only be probably a couple people who see this before Wasteland 3 comes out, so it'd be kind of irrelevant. But thank you all for watching. It's meant a lot to me that people have watched the series through, and even if you're somebody who just came for the end, thank you everybody. And for people watching the Pathfinder Let's Play, thank you for watching that too. It's been a great journey going through this game with you guys, and I'm excited to see you guys in the next series, or in a future series, or whenever you decide to come home. But until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you later.